energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off with my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got hits.
What is up? It's Wednesday night, our favorite night. We get to talk all about Yuga Labs and what's cooking, and even on slow weeks, which this week kind of fell a little bit slower, it's still freaking tons of shit to talk about. So, man, it's Phil, it's Will, it's Bryce. Same time, same place, every single Wednesday. If you haven't yet, send this to a friend. We appreciate you being here. If you're here live, please hit us with comments, questions, anything that you think is happening in your sentiment. We want to hear it. Believe me, it helps us. What is up, Trader Blue? Oh, appreciate you. We'll get into that in a second. Yes, vote for Phil. We will get into that briefly. But before we do, what's up, Anthony? Will, my guy. I know the weather is changing for us little Southern boys. Bro, how's life, Mr. Raving Ape?
Dude, it's cold.
For real.
I was telling you a second ago, it was 25 this morning. Woke up, about told my told my dog tough luck. But no, we bundled up, put on the BAYC hoodie, and freaking hit the cold. So
that's what. Hey, listen, we knew we needed the hoodies. It's for the 1 or 2 months of cold us Southern guys get. It's like shit. Yeah, I'm wearing a damn hoodie every day.
Every single day. Yeah, I've worn I think that OG hoodie probably 3 days in a row now.
No shame either. We just rock that thing. No. Mr. Bryce, man, how you been? We're loving the Hong Kong vibes and the codependent. Man, you got it all going.
Yeah, not nearly as cold as probably where y'all are. I think we had like 60s today, so not too bad. It was kind of actually nice weather, but yeah, pretty slow week. Yeah, excited to just start getting into what we're talking about today.
For sure. It definitely was a slow week. Speaking of merch, we can kick it off here. My brothers in Christ, this right here, this coat. Oh man. Bored Ape and Bathing Ape. Yeah, did yourself. That shit, like it looked fire. And then I felt it and I wore it. I had to wear it to school yesterday. I had to rock that thing. Surely the kids either thought I was the biggest nerd wearing this to school or the coolest dude. I'm hoping for the latter, but either is still up for debate. But for real, man, super cool merch. I'm very happy I got it. It feels like just one of those pieces, like an iconic piece that I'll have as long as I can possibly have it. I'm going to wear it. I'm not going to vault it. Like I bought it to show it off and wear it, but it's just like chef's kiss. And again, it goes back to overall Yuga's merch game. I'm wearing this older hoodie, which I still like this one, the skeleton
one of my favorites.
Dude, I love this one, but it's like,
is that a soft one or is it?
This is kind of
mid.
Not really. Yeah.
In between. But that's the whole point, right? Is like we've had this transition of like, even before this, obviously it was worse. And now we've gotten into like the merch has been upgraded, upgrades all around. So again, if you've received some merch, make sure you're sharing it on the timeline. We love to see it. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous, guys. I was one of those people that got the email update that was like, we might have it in 2 to 4 weeks, or we might have to cancel something. And I was like, no way, because I got my order in before they shut down the store. And so I'm like, dude, if I get bammed, that's gonna hurt bad, because I will feel like somebody that got it after the fact will have like, whatever it was on the technical side, I would have gotten screwed. I'm like, oh shit, no, because I got like so many of the shirts coming and I'm like, this could be bad. But I still got positive vibes that maybe in 2 weeks, maybe at Christmas, it'll be a Christmas freaking miracle, I'll receive the merch. So dudes, again, always good to talk. I see you, Mr. Mario. What's up, Frosties? We appreciate you, guy. Again, thanks for being here. And very briefly, we are powered by Apecoin, and something that honestly was not on my bingo card, but now here we are, is I should back up. It is officially election season within the Apecoin DAO. If you know anything about the Apecoin DAO, basically there are actually a bunch of spots in this cycle We have a marketing and comms position. We've got a metaverse working group position. We have a governance steward. And then we have, I guess, the big one, if you will, and that's the special counsel. And honestly, I was not planning on doing this. Had I would have told you guys at some point. And I was sitting there, and I just felt like putting my name into the hat. By no means do I think I'm some like unbeatable character for this position. But what I do think is that I can bring a different perspective. I truly do believe that. I think I have a pretty good pulse on the community. I love having conversations. Obviously, we've been doing this forever, and I just love talking to people and hearing people and trying to keep, obviously, no, I don't take it personally, Frosties. I definitely like to listen to people and just try to, again, get perspective. I think I keep a pretty positive outlook overall. But at the end of the day, I think that I'm able to make decisions, communicate, collaborate, and convey things that maybe feel a little bit overwhelming, or maybe even a little bit, it could be a misperception, but a walled garden type of feel for the DAO. And that's kind of what my platform is trying to make more transparency. I know obviously you can't say everything. I'm not saying that you can, but I do believe I have a very good pulse on the community. And so that's my very quick spiel. If you ever have questions, just hit me in the DMs. I'm happy to answer them. Shout out to Bored Ape Gazette. He just posted a little write-up. He had sent me some questions over, and so it's there. Again, if you have questions, let me know. And I'm hoping to serve this time. And if not, I'm still going to be involved. I've been there. I've been poking my head around. Obviously, I sit in the spaces a lot. I jump on stages. I ask questions. I voted a bunch. All those things are true. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be there, even if I don't get it. So that's my quick spiel. If you have questions, let me know. Jensen, what's up? What's up, Fading Aces? All of you, thank you for being here again. Now, let's transition, gentlemen. Legends of the freaking Mara. We made it through season 1. Bryce, what is your takeaway from season 1?
Man, these rewards better be popping, or I'm going to say sayonara to all my assets. No, I mean, I'm curious to see what season 2 ends up being, what alpha or information they end up dropping in the coming week. And yeah, ultimately really excited to see what these fragments come out to.
Yeah.
And same with these spaceships, right? At the end of the day, if people don't give a crap, then we're just sitting here doing nothing. So
a lot of clarity still needs to come through, right? It's like we're obviously still a ton of speculation, a ton of unanswered questions. And right before we came on, Bryce was saying, man, it would have been so dope had they broken some information today, because we could have just cracked it open live here on Board TV. But nonetheless, Wednesday has been a good day for us to break information. Mr. Will, I know you might have been a little heartbroken at the end. I think I read a quick tweet from you saying, like, with 12 minutes left, your heart was broken. Talk to me, brother.
Dude, honestly, season 1 was fun. I mean, it was a lot of like poking around, figuring out what worked, what didn't work. Managed to grab 2 leaderboard spots. So
Let's go.
Third place on tier 3, third place on tier 3, and third place on tier 5. So pulling home some extra legendary spaceship parts, and then some Ranga pieces as well. But yeah, I was like trying to get all of my deeds kind of wrapped up. I had one more that I was like pushing towards the end. I was like kind of spamming some miss just to like ensure that I was gonna hit it. And then I checked the leaderboard today just to like see where it like landed, because it was the last deed I had open. And I found out that I ranked 101, which, I mean, I'm not too bummed about the rewards. It was maybe a couple of epic ship parts that I missed out on, but it was the fact that it was by 12 minutes, and I literally have, I don't know, 800 missed or whatever. I had enough to spam a couple more direct damages. It would have maybe taken me like 6 more spams, and then I would have been good to go. I could have just knocked out Journey Club, knocked them out of the freaking top 100 on that deed, and said, you know, better luck next time, brother. You know, season 2, there's always season 2. So,
dude, speaking of Journey, I saw this tweet. It was like, what percentage of the fragments? It was like a large percentage.
He got like 4 to 5% of all fragments,
which is like just absurd. Dude.
Yeah, he was, what did he say? He owns 1% of other deeds and got 3 to 4% of the entire fragment supply. Dude. I mean, that's impressive.
So there's so many people. Is his 1% over the total 100K?
I thought it was. I think
so.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming there's also tons of people that haven't still in the OG collection that haven't expanded yet.
For sure.
So that definitely helps. But
the other thing that was kind of interesting was I was digging through kind of the participation metrics for this season, and there was like about 4,000 deeds that got however many shattered kills. So it was 4,000 got at least one. So obviously some people participated but were unsuccessful. If you had like a common Mara on a tier 5 deed, you might have been spinning in circles the entire time, bashing the keyboard in, unable to get a shattered slay, or unable to slay a shattered during the season 1. But only 4,000.
Yeah.
And then the other metrics that I thought were interesting were 25 to 30% of all of the tier breakdown. So like looking at, what am I trying to say? Tier 5, 30% had at least one kill. Tier 4, about 28% had at least one kill. And this is all of the deeds that had been expanded. So it's not looking at the
TLDR though, a lot of people didn't hunt.
Yes, TLDR, there was not that many of the expanded deeds. Roughly 30% of all of those had at least one shattered kill. And we don't even have the full amount of deeds fully expanded yet. So participation kind of low.
Yeah. I guess that's not necessarily surprised. Were you surprised by that? Or do you feel like that's probably right where you would have guessed? What do you think?
I'm curious to like hear from somebody who just hands off, didn't even touch it. Like,
right.
I feel like the vibes maybe were missed off of the Forge,
right?
Heavy Metal Forge, and so like some people were like, "Screw this, I'm not even." Like, I don't know. Some people maybe just checked out. Like
that was
could
one
definitely
thing
be people that just
was I talked with somebody
that checked out.
Yeah, sorry, but I had talked to somebody. We always do this. I had talked to somebody that didn't play LOTM at all, and it was essentially one of those. They were like, "Well, I hated Heavy Metal Forge,
right?
And I had other IRL stuff going on, so I just didn't look into it."
They touched tons of grass instead of touching the metaphorical grass of killing.
And really, it's like all you had to do in season 1 was hatch your vessels, place them, and you could forget about them.
Yep.
So.
And I didn't. I'll be honest.
I'm like, all you had to do was spend, 20 minutes and assign stuff, and you would have been fine. But
like
people just weren't paying attention.
To be fair, I think I was definitely more on that side of the spectrum than you guys, where you grind. I didn't just set them and forget them, but to be fair, I wasn't super active. I moved them a couple times, and I didn't get that many kills because, again, like and again, this is perspective. We talked about this before. I don't have a ton of hunters, and it felt just like kind of daunting, if I'm being honest with you. And I know maybe that's just a weak excuse, but it felt like a lot to really like, and I 100% could have. I could have grinded more and, set some timers or whatever to make sure that I was ready to rock, and all that's true. But it just felt a little bit daunting with someone like me that I think I have maybe like 4 hunters and like maybe like 4 or 5 farmers, 1 enchanter and a coda. It was like, my bag's relatively light. And so was I happy? Did I still enjoy what I could do? Absolutely. I still enjoyed the process. I love the farming aspect. But when at the end of the day, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I got like 300 of these and 250 of these. And you know what I mean? It's like pretty fucking small fries in the grand scheme. Now, again, it's better than 0. And I still participated. But I'm curious that those people like me, and maybe even lower than, have less assets, did that just turn them off instantly? Did they maybe like just look at it and be like, dude, I got 1 freaking hunter. What the hell am I going to do? Like, I'm just curious on that.
I mean, if you were a single deed owner and you hatched an enchanter, you're literally sitting there with nothing to do.
Right.
So wow. I mean, of course, that's not going to appeal to some people. Also, the combination of one hunter and a tier 4 or 5, even 3, that's a huge mountain to climb. Like, that is a ton of damage that you have to deal to those shattered to be able to get any progress done. And so it definitely, that's the unfortunate thing is like the more pieces you have, the more combinations you can build, and you can kind of start digging into like the optimization stuff, which that becomes fun, but it is freaking expensive.
Yeah.
There was a couple times when Bryce and I looked at each other and we were like, dude, we have probably too much money tied up in gaming assets. Like we would never have done this in the past. I don't know. Things are obviously just different in crypto and whatever, but like at some point too, I don't know. If these rewards aren't, you know, smoking, I've seen some bold predictions on fragments. And if those hit, man, that could be really interesting in a hurry. Especially because then people start to scramble. They're like, oh, wait, legendary pieces are how much and fragments are worth how much. And then everybody's like trying to like, maybe I do need to go in and figure out how to optimize. Maybe I do need to go in and get a little extra firepower to defeat more shattered or defeat them a little bit faster to make sure that I get that legendary chest or the master chest completed in that 10-day timer. Because we're dropping down from 20 days down to 10 days. And then also with the whole situation with farming, I mean, there's different things you can do to like increase your production and get more output. And so I don't know. I mean, if fragments hold a decent premium, you're going to see people really getting excited about this. And if they don't, then it's not going to be great.
Yeah. Man, this is what we're talking about, right? Is like, obviously there's a sentiment all over the place. And I respect this opinion too. Played Legend of the Mara for 20 minutes total. Just doesn't seem engaging, similar to heavy metal. Just seems like a chore. I can definitely appreciate that for sure. And again, like I would say, like that's at the end of the day, we're all hoping that season 2 it gets more and more interesting, right? As we go down this, you know, the different seasons, there's more mechanics that make it much more interesting. Like 1000%. That's just like we all want that. We don't want this to be something that only us nerd maxis of Yuga Labs are participating in. We want people to actually like eventually want to jump in and, oh, I need a deed because I want to play Legends of the Mara. It's really fun and whatever, but there's lots of puzzles to solve, etc. I was going to ask you the same thing, Mr. Will. What are those bold predictions that you've heard?
I saw a really bold take saying biogenic frags are going to be $5 a pop. Kim Goos $3, and then all the others a buck a piece. And if that's it, I mean, holy shit, I would be blown away. I would probably, if those targets hit, I'm selling it all and I'm buying more deeds.
Yeah, that's fair.
100%.
I think that's definitely fair. Bryce, same thought there. You would just offload fragments and go pick up more assets potentially.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think you'll eventually have people that are like, oh, wait, all I have to do is just buy this deed and buy a common farmer and I can start, you know, making X amount of dollars a day. Like,
right.
Because that's what kind of kickstarted the last bull run, right? With Axie, like people were just printing money off of Axie. So I'm like, I could see it being, you know, a similar situation here. But again, it all goes back to we need to have a use case or something. Like there needs to be demand for these fragments and spaceship parts.
I mean, we broke it down a while ago, and I think we mentioned it last stream. But if you had like just a deed and one single farmer and placed it on the deed, and you got, you know, however many fragments you could get throughout the duration of the season, it came out to be that you were making all your money back for the cost of the farmer if that fragment could be sold for like $1.
Right.
And so it's like, damn, I mean, if that's the case and you could literally just have the farmer already be paid off,
that's
I mean,
nice.
why would you not go buy a couple more farmers and have them get paid off next season and then potentially kind of roll it that way? I mean, again, I want to stress that early game economies are interesting. They're definitely the most uncertain. So like there's more extremes to them. And you're more likely to see wilder prices, and then they could level out over time. So yeah, I don't know. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is that they're ERC 1155s. That's a big miss.
Yeah.
Should have made them ERC 20s. Then they could actually be sold like on Uniswap or something. People could set up liquidity pools and actually trade them in ranges and kind of go about it that way. I think the whole making them ERC 1155s is going to be an extreme pain when it comes to marketplaces, especially because OpenSea's sucking so much wind right now. Blur doesn't support ERC 1155s. X2Y2, I want to just punch in the face. Magic Eden, you're up. Like,
And maybe that's what's coming, right? Like, I think, we talked about it last time, and I do want to get to these couple comments, but we talked about last time. Magic Eden, they mentioned it would be before the end of the year. Well, we're basically in December. So what if that is, not the announcement, but maybe there is like, hey, here's Magic Eden, and the first thing we're doing with Yuga Labs is boom, this. Is that better or worse? Does it depend on what that functionality is?
All I really care about is liquidity. So if there's no liquidity to get out of fragments at $5 a piece, then okay. I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I don't know. I really hate this whole marketplace bullshit right now. Like, I'll pay my 5% royalties if that's what it takes. Just let me dump it into bids with ease.
Well, yeah, please.
If I want to, right? Because right now, my biggest gripe is with the vessels. There's some that I would totally trim, but I'm just like, I don't want to have to go through right now and like be like, let me list them all one at a time or whatever. I literally just want to take a set of my Hunter Mara and ship them on the way. Like, I don't need that many Hunter Maras. I'm enjoying the strategy a little bit more of just, managing my Coda fleet. And so I'm like, okay, if I can just get rid of my hunters. But the problem is there's just too many to sell. I'm like, I just want to like have them disappear. And I can't do that.
No, that's fair. I think it's fair. J-Dunk, bro, spaceship parts building to explore for the next 100K deeds. Definitely interesting to think about that. Let's hope, right? I'll take all the hopium we can get. We also have, this is an interesting question.
Going back to that one, I just want to touch on that real quick. The more I think about that comment, they did say the other 100K deed were going to be for the Voyagers, right? So people that are actually like participating. So I mean, it would make total sense that, if you participated in LOTM season 1, but I also feel like that might be later down the road.
Yep. Definitely. I could see both. And then we got another great question. What if it's fantastic, but I didn't do season 1? How far am I behind? How do I play catch up? If Legends of the Mara.
Probably not very far. I mean, it's a new season, right? So there's going to be they're going to replenish all the fragments, and then we'll have, X number of months. The only thing you maybe have missed out on is, honing in on a strategy on how you want to,
that's a good point.
Your farmers and shift your hunters. Cause I know like Will now has like his fucking go-to little like squad that will just rip any shattered to pieces.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing? Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. Like,
this is like spring training for baseball, right? It was like we just warmed it up, baby.
It was the trial and error season. It was the see what works, see what doesn't work. I know Bryce and I definitely dug through a couple of Excels or Google Sheets, trying to run some numbers to figure out, could we sneak in a first place on a deed? And we're just a little shy on some firepower. So I don't know. It was just kind of like seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, see how you would achieve these faster times and how much it would cost and all that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, obviously, if that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. And everybody doesn't have to play that way, right? But if you're looking to get on the top of the leaderboard, you have to go in with a strategy. You have to know, I'm doing this until this point. I'm doing that until that point. I need this much mist to floor into this many direct damage, havoc cast, or, I don't know. There's things to do, things to figure out, things to kind of solidify. And so I think probably at some point, Bryce and I will get together and kind of try and do a little write-up on what it takes for farming and or not for farming, we've already done that, but for hunting to kind of round that out
and maybe make farming a little bit easier to digest.
Yeah, or maybe we just kind of give a little bit more of the answer instead of here's the
farming for dummies.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Like, no, seriously though, like farming for dummies. Like, we've discussed that the best possible way to do this is to literally build the LOTM farming Bible, which has every single configuration of deed possible between sediment and environment, and then show how to optimize at each step of the way. The thing is that Bible would be dense, right? Yeah. But then you could literally, here's my section, here's my pieces. You could flip through to whatever. And then I don't know. It's just a vision that I've had like kind of like lingering in the back of my head. The problem is no time to execute on it. We were too busy having a party over in we were too busy having a party over in Ape Fest. So
it's true. You guys are fucking slackers. You went and had so much fun in Hong Kong, you bastards. No, I think that would be awesome though. You guys do such a good job of breaking it all down. I think people would love that. Obviously, a very time intensive breeding Kodamaras definitely coming on the way. I also just want to point this little out, Frosties. I saw it.
Hey, yo.
Working on one of the biggest updates since we existed. Oh, we love to hear that. We love to hear that. And then, gentlemen,
do tell more.
Yeah, seriously, do tell more.
Really
we got a link. You want to come and talk? Alchemy, man, you read our minds. This amazing platform, this update. We're going to dive into it right now. If I'm saying it wrong, you can slap me. Zarta, I'm guessing. Not Sharta. Maybe it's Sharta. If it is, sorry for laughing at. I'm apparently 5. But Zarta, let me pull this up. I went onto the website, and this is all about renting. I love this. We love this. We love functionality within our gaming assets. This is directly from their website. Again, Zarta.io. Other side renting, a new way to put your NFTs to work. Give your idol Oda something to do by renting them out to other players, or complement your Legend of Mars strategy by reinforcing your team with rented Oda. You can go down here to the how it works. It has this nice, speaking of, how to for dummies, here we go. As a renter, select the Oda you wish to rent, set a rental duration, approve your transfer as a prompted by your wallet, approval rental, double check and approve. And your Oda is ready to join the team as an owner.
And that's one of those let's say season 1 rewards pop off and people want to play season 2, but you still have the people that would rather be hands off. They can just rent their quotas out. People can, rent their quotas and farm fragments. And that would be a cheaper way to maybe, get some fragments there.
For sure. And as an owner, you select the Oda you want to list. You set your rental duration, authorize the transfer, prompted by your wallet. Your Oda will be moved to a safe vault, and then you start earning from your Oda's rental. So I figured, I'm curious, have you guys looked into this at all? Have you dug into the details here at all? Yeah, it feels like I'm inside your microphone, by the way, bro.
Sorry, is it better now?
You're like hitting it or something? It's like ting, ting, ting. It's like shit.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry. No, I was gonna chime in. I think this structure that they have here is potentially gonna change. Okay. They were having like a little spaces or like a little demonstration over in the Other Side Wiki Discord earlier. And this is awesome. But I think they're going to change it so that you don't have to move your Oda to the contract right away.
Okay.
I don't think I'm making this up. I think this is the second change. They have a version 2 coming out or something like that. And then you'll still be able to use your Oda while you have it listed. And then you can, you can go about your business. Now, this is interesting though, because it's like, if you have one coda and you have like one deed and you just clean up shop, you get all your shattered kills in, you farm all your fragments because it's a biogenic or whatever, and then those get depleted. I mean, you could, at that point, you're kind of sitting there thinking like, hey, what do I do? Like, I've got nothing else going on. So then you can just, list it up on Zarta. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry if I'm butchering it, but list it up here and then potentially rent it out. I know they were saying they had like 60, 70 something rentals already at the end of this season for their trial period, which, I mean, that's kind of crazy. People were definitely pulling in some Apecoin, a little too steep, I think, for like farming fragments right out the gate, but like it could be possible.
Maybe not. It all depends on the balance there. Yeah.
If you get some more supply over there, and then, we'll see where the demand is for renting, but it's definitely a possibility. We could see some people getting paid some Apecoin to rent out their assets. Just a great way to have another use case for Ape. Love to see it.
We freaking love to see that. Again, shouts out to all the people, Other Side of Wiki, the Zarta team, all of the people that are supporting them. Now I'm saying everything with because I said Zarta, and now I'm just on T's apparently. But hey, hats off to all of you builders, because for real, you guys make this so much more fun, so much more educational, informational, and easier to track things. I know Bryce and Will are 100% more of the data-driven dudes. And I guarantee, actually, I know for a fact, they've said how much they love all of the different tools that people are continually building out too. It's not like you got one of the versions and that's all you get. It's like continual movement and building. Like, again, hats off to all the builders doing all the cool things, because I know people like these two amazing farmers and hunters love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just the builders are building, and it's awesome to see. Other side wiki with all of their dashboards and stuff, like the shattered dashboards, the leaderboards, and all that crap. I mean, like, super useful information to dig through, and then also the marketplace, being able to dig through all that and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, and then you got renting over here, and then I mean,
there's just so much, dude. It's like
other
all the
decks
tools, dude.
pulling out stuff as well. I mean, everybody's building stuff. You love to see it.
Well, the whole concept of renting too was something that I think we all had kind of way back in the day too, because I know that was a thing from RuneScape, and we were like, what if you could rent out your ape to somebody for the day? I imagine whenever other side is live, Charto will probably take over that.
But dude, I mean, like, back in the day though, that was like people renting out cosmetic equipment.
Literally renting
they
out
wanted to rent out a Santa hat.
Right. That's great. That's crazy.
And it's like, I mean, obviously the pricing on that is not nearly the same. I feel like I think we've looked at the numbers before, but like the most expensive item was maybe $300 inside the ecosystem that you could go buy today or something like that.
Okay.
$600 and
$600.
RS3.
So $600.
But there's actually cosmetics too, similar to the blue party hats that are worth probably thousands of dollars. But
so either way though, I don't know. We desperately need to get into other side, but at the same time, if it's not ready, it's not ready. Don't push it. I'm just curious. There's so many things that can be done. There was like a video recently of like a Fortnite world that was built, and it was just people hanging out. Like the whole, was it Roblox or was it?
No, that was Roblox had a Call of Duty.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I thought of something.
There was one, I think it was a Fortnite world where all of the fighting had been turned off, and they were like, oh, this is basically just a metaverse. It's like people going around hanging out inside of a digital world.
Yeah.
What do you
imagine that?
Just fun. You get to shoot other people.
But I feel like it's going to be so much more fun when you're like rolling in and as like a pudgy penguin and a bored ape and a freaking, Azuki and whatever. And you're like, I own this character. Like,
I agree completely.
Other than I put this skin on and like 17 other million people can look like me inside this game. Ooh, like, I don't know. I don't want to dish anything, knock anything over in that world. I haven't been paying too much attention, but
right. No, I think it's exciting for sure. And we are all hoping for more other side updates. You can say it louder, Frosties. We are all here with you. Had a question here from another viewer, Mutant KK Crew. How many fragments did you guys get?
A lot.
Yeah, they got a lot.
About 1,500 biogenic, 1,000 Kim Goo, 1,800 Rainbow Atmos, 930 Cosmic Dream, and 800 Infinite Expanse. So nothing like too absurd. Especially when you see like Journey's screenshot. It's like, oh, he got like 20,000 plus of each fragment.
I got in a couple hundreds, Mutant. I got like 200 to 300 on each of them ish.
I am about 4K across the board, plus or minus.
What a freaking Chad over here! What a guy! 4,000. God bless America. I hope they're all $5 for you, Big Daddy. You're gonna be buying some more other deeds.
Sweep us.
Man, that would be fun. I would be happy with that. If we get a grand slam on pricing for fragments, like, yo, let's run it back.
Run it freaking back. So, speaking of season 2, gentlemen, I know there was a little bit of an update, not much of one, a couple maybe teases of information. What are you thinking or maybe hoping? And I know we've talked about this before, but maybe let's focus on the hoping for season 2 that you think is realistic. What are some things, some mechanics that you're hoping that they bring into Legends of the Mara here? And I guess what is the next update in a week?
Yeah, it should be. That's when we go live on season.
Oh yeah, 2. So it'll be before that.
It'll be information like in the
could
next
be any time. Like they could do it right now and we could break it live. Ready, go, Board Ape, go.
And drop it.
Yuga Labs Gaming, go.
Yeah, I think for hopes and dreams and wishes and requests and whatever for season 2, I really hope that we get a few little updates on the UI on the camp page. Would love to see like a status. Is it fighting? Is it not fighting? Is it on my first shattered? Has it had any HP dealt? Or
yeah, that was a kiss in the like it sucked whenever I was going to fight one and it was like, oh, you're already halfway through the
you're 17
boss,
days
and
late and you're on the novice
right.
chest.
I
You're
was
like
oh,
solid.
like dang it. Yeah.
So yeah, just a couple of little updates there. Some things I'd like to see, which would be super cool, is if they go in and the leaderboard for season 2, if it has catalysts of different rarities all throughout the leaderboard and not just for the top place across all 5 tiers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be you'd see some scrambling happen. You'd see some people wanting to try and secure, hey, I can't get a legendary this time, but I can still give it my all and get an epic, something like that kind of vibe going on. Definitely would like to see that. Would like to see fragments and ship parts and all the partner loot minted sooner rather than later. I don't really want to get too far into season 2 or have to wait until after season 2 even to mint this stuff. Like I want to mint this stuff sooner than later and get an idea of what it is, because to be quite honest, I don't want to spend more mist if I don't know what the heck's coming down the pipe. Right. So
100%.
if we can kind of get some pricing on some things, kind of understand where people are starting to value the fragments, and I don't know. It'll be interesting. Well, looking forward to it though. There's a lot of good potential there still.
Also, just this information, and I'll throw it to you here, Bryce, is they say more news coming on the Friends. So interesting, not surprising, I suppose. But if you go way, way back, and I could probably find that image here in a second, but when we had that awesome art piece that they're at the table and had all the different friends, Forgotten Runes, Wizards, and freaking Mutant Cartel, there's all kinds of different ones that were there. What do you think those friend pieces, how do you think they should come into play? Like, how valuable should those things be? Because I think that's like the $1 billion question, right? Like, to bring in new collections at varying price points, how do you value what they can do? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a really tough task.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to, like, we don't know what they're going to do. So it's like the possibilities there are endless, right? I don't know if we're going to take these friends and send them on side quests, if they'll also give us like percentage boost similar to just, common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary Mara, if they'll be between those two. Really have no clue what to expect there on the friends. But I do think it's still going to come back to, if the season 1 rewards are unknown or not super valuable, like I doubt there's going to be a ton of people just wanting to spend their Apecoin to, mint their friend trading cards or whatever. Well, however that has to go down.
Will,
don't we have to mint a card?
That I don't know. I don't think we got that confirmation.
I thought we were going to have to buy the partner cards in Apecoin. I could be making that up though.
I think that's a rumor that we heard through some channel at some point.
Shocker.
Not
There's
confirmed.
rumors in Web3.
No way.
Dogs dig for codas.
Yeah,
that's right.
They do, bro. Just wait. They're digging at some point. Will, any thoughts on the friends and mechanics that you think would be fair? I know that's kind of almost an impossible question to ask right now.
As long as my heavy metals can really rip into a shattered, I don't really care what else happens to everything else.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think realistically, do what now?
I said, yeah, go ahead and mint your heart out on Ranga and Forgotten Runes, Serum City. Like, everybody else, go for it. But I want my heavy metals.
Yeah.
To be popping.
I don't know. I thought I heard somewhere else too that the friends are only capable for fighting the shattered, so you can't use them to
farm. I could see that.
I don't know. Like I could see my heavy metals being like my defense or something like that. I don't know exactly what.
Because
that
they can attack, right?
from.
Can't we take damage in the second?
Oh yeah,
season?
dude, we're about to get freaking wrecked next season.
So that's interesting, right? Because maybe that's what friends do. Maybe that's the mechanic potentially. That would be theoretically an easy addition, right? Like you have to have one of these friend collection, which includes heavy metals and others. But if you have them, they help. Maybe they boost your defense or some shit.
You
Like
gotta
that
harness the power of friendship to protect your
yes, bro. Dude, this sounds like a freaking like mystical quest then. Friendship just like builds a shield, bro. Come
It's like a
on.
perfect little anime.
You like all gather hands and you're like,
Sing Kumbaya.
the shadow won't get us now.
Kumbaya and it bounces off us. Yes, please save us heavy metals. We need your shields. But they make like them specifically, that makes sense to me. Like they look like a defensive, like that's I feel like that's what they should be.
Don't tell me Jeff don't look like a tank, bro.
Dude, literally. And like going
he looked like a chunky little tank.
shooting the shit out of the damn monster. But it's just interesting because it feels like all those friends have to do the same thing, right? Because how could you be like, Rengas, you get to do this, and fucking Forgotten Runes, you get to be an enchanter because you're a wizard, and Serum City, you get to hunt because you look menacing. You know, like I feel like they all have to kind of do the same thing, and I feel like it's got to be like a bonus, which is still cool, by the way. I still think that's cool. Giving support, giving love. I don't know. I'm just fucking shooting from the hip over here.
Dude, win Coda Farts. I mean, come
dude,
on now.
man,
shooting from the hip. Let's just go straight
we
to the source.
Dude, we should have printed a shirt on that fucking months ago, dude, because you've been the Coda Fart maxi forever. When Coda Farts. Fragments. We saw some conversation about fragments and a little bit of, I would say, maybe confusion, maybe miscommunication, but I'll go with confusion. Will, I'm going to throw it to you first, and then Bryce, I'd love to hear your take. What are your thoughts on the fragments and the potential that we just effed ourselves, ? Because they're just going to go right back to like normal. Like, are they just populating right back to the numbers we started at in season 1?
I don't know.
That's the confusion.
I feel like
part.
everybody, like I thought we went into season 1 saying like, hey, like these fragments are scarce
until they're used, right? It's like
until they're used, and then they're going to get like recycled back. And so I'm like sitting here scratching my head, wondering how does this work from here? Right? Like, what are we doing?
Yep.
Now the only way I could see this play out is if they replenish it once more.
Okay.
Fill it all up to the brim again. We run it back in season 2, but in the middle of season 2 or before season 2, we mint our fragments.
Okay.
And we use our fragments.
Okay.
And then we don't claim season 2 fragments until after season 2.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Kind of, yeah. That way, so it's not like so much like
all of a sudden, yeah.
Like you kind of have to have a little bit of the flywheel going. Like it's not really flywheel, but you have to have the circle spinning just a little bit,
right?
Because if they go out, when do they get brought back in? And obviously, I would assume people can use catalysts at any point if they've got the catalyst and they got the fragments, right?
I would assume
you have to wait. Like, is there only going to? I don't know. There's so many things. When do we get to see a code tomorrow?
Can we please get like a substantial amount of information before next Wednesday? Por favor,
please.
Like, por favor, like begging, please. Like videos, text, all of it.
I don't think they'll fill it. Yeah, go ahead.
Fill it the first season, fill it the second season, but you're using first season's fragments. Then those get recycled to fill up whatever got used for season 3 and whatever didn't get farmed. And then you kind of...
So it just continually goes down theoretically.
Yeah, in theory, right? People hold on to their fragments, and then instead of 760,000 BAYC fragments, there might only be 300,000 in one season.
Yep.
The concept there would be you don't get diluted if you're just continuing to farm on what you farmed previously.
Correct.
You just have a little more fragments to like make sure it's a little more fluid in the flow of which fragments are available to be farmed. The other big question mark, which is this even a thing? Are we still technically farming right now? We are.
Yeah, I literally just got some more fragments like
populate.
20 minutes ago.
So this pissed off a ton of people. And by a ton of people, I saw like one message in a group chat where someone was angry. Which, I mean, that's basically consensus at that point. I mean, everybody is.
And it was from your alt to yourself, but go on.
I wasn't angry. I mean, I did what I wanted to do, which was I said, hey, biogenic swamp is elite. I'm farming those first, period.
Right.
There were some people, though, that said, oh, I'm going to be big brained and I'm going to, farm the sorry if I'm mocking these people a little bit. But they were like, I'm going to be big brained. I'm going to farm infinite expanse fragments, which are, going to be the rarest because not everybody is going to farm them, which is a valid. I mean, at the beginning, nobody knew. I mean, nobody knew. We didn't know we were going to get extended for, however long we did. Was it only a week that we got extended?
I thought it was 2, but am I crazy? Was it only 1?
I don't know. I think it was only 1.
Wow. Maybe
that time just,
I feel like we're just in a time
real slow.
Yes.
But anyways, thus people that targeted infinite expanse to have a larger share of what they thought would be a rare resource if they didn't all get minted or they didn't all get farmed, which, I mean, because right now, technically it is lagging right now with 12% supply remaining. So that, those people got hosed essentially. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to play it, according to this, was farm the most rare first. Farm biogenic, then farm chem goo, then farm cosmic dream, rainbow atmos, infinite expanse.
Yep. I mean, that makes sense.
Much.
But,
I mean, I don't know. Just from a rarity perspective.
No, I think that's fair.
Or, well, I guess technically, I don't know. But then they ended up coming in and they changed this little visual. Let me see if I can just pop it up here real quick. So
please do.
Show you what I'm talking about.
Please do. By the way, if you're out there and you have a question,
I had to quickly go rearrange my quotas from hunting to farming. I'm like, if we're still getting fragments, I might as well maximize the remaining bit there. What were you going to ask?
I'm not exposing anything with this.
What? Dude, look at
you
this.
Lied. You said
no, you can't look at my tabs.
I said this Chad.
I said tabs. Anyways,
look at his tabs, everyone.
So these right here. These were ordered in a different format at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, because Kim Goo was like 4th.
Kim Goo might have been in 2nd place or something like that, based on the supply, and then they ended up giving it the boot and kicking it down here. Doesn't quite add up, doesn't quite make sense, because now it's like 76,000, 148, 171, 126, 155. We also have no idea how these numbers came about. I kind of was thinking for sediments, like maybe it was dependent on how many deeds had been expanded at that point in time, which would kind of have made sense.
Yeah.
Then you could say like, oh, as more deeds get expanded, you would then open up more supply of fragments to be brought in. I don't know. Who knows?
I will say the one thing you are
brought another mega.
Oh, you were teasing there was that beautiful tier 5 acid land.
Yeah, I know.
Was I teasing something?
What a guy.
Not really teasing, but it was right there.
This guy right here?
That's a beautiful looking land.
Goodness
gracious.
Can you imagine that in the other side though? For real? Ooh.
Gotta be sick. Gotta take shrooms beforehand.
That's actually on the door when you walk in. Must take shrooms.
At Amsterdam, imagine that's the experience next Ape Fest. If it's at Amsterdam and like everybody's dripping, they're like the other side experience is all acid land.
That would be something. God. The one other thing that I'd like to see is the status we have available hunting and farming.
Yes.
And so like the problem is with available, it doesn't filter out what I want it to filter out. Like basically it needs to be like we need to have like an abandoned tab. So
Yeah,
like
something
anything that doesn't like, if I want to just get that, like obviously if I'm farming and I have like one farmer on this deed, this could be my strategy. Like I could have this locked in and be like, I don't want to add anything else to this. So I want to filter by things that I'm trying to add to, and having the available tab not filter that out is low key kind of a pain. So if we just have one that like cuts everything that has Amara currently placed and only shows like naked deeds, that would be wonderful. So then you can be like, okay, this is what I'm working with to add to and whatever.
And yeah, I feel like on this page there should be like a little tick box or an X slot or something.
We need a number here so we know what shatter we're on.
Yeah, right. We need numbers. I'm like, you just put that in the top left below all the other information.
There's all sorts of things. Yeah.
Have you been submitting these to the
I've been
collection box?
Lighting them. I've sent a couple in.
Nice.
We do what we can to hopefully, help everybody have a better time.
Enjoyable.
But on the other hand, let's get into this. This is insane. Freaking Animoca Brands is bearish. Is how no, I'm just kidding. I don't know why they sold it, but it's interesting because they've sold it. There was nothing that ever said that they couldn't sell it, but I assume this is from one of the lands that they minted.
Question mark? Probably. I haven't looked at it.
I haven't either.
If so, Yuga, are you selling any of your megas to community members at extreme discounts? Would love to acquire one.
Specifically to apes named a raving ape. The cool part about this though is Adam just like
or delegate.
Oh yeah, there you go. Delegate. Adam just like tripling down on just Coda buys, which I mean it's like a catch 22 or something, I guess a silver lining, if you will. Animoca, yeah, you're selling, but it's also going to Adam, who like super supportive, extremely bullish, like just loves the space and specifically Yuga and Yuga gaming. That's pretty cool, right? Like no matter how like it can be frustrating how powerful he is, all that might be true. Man, he's been so supportive and like positive for the Yuga Labs and Yuga just in general, the ecosystem. That's pretty cool that again he wanted to do this and that Animoca sold it. Interesting, yeah, Frosties. I don't know what's your guys' opinion on them about them selling some holdings. I don't know. It's interesting.
Were they even like doing anything with their deeds and everything? So I mean, I don't know. It might just be one of those. Now it's actually going to an active participant.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know who else from launch partners. Doesn't Horizon Labs has Degentraland? Basically farming and all of that stuff on their deeds. So those I think are the only, well, I don't know. I don't know who else the other launch partners was. It did like Cool Cats, were they a launch partner since they were in the video? Do they have deeds? Are they actively using them? I have no idea.
Right. It's definitely interesting. I don't know. I think, okay, so yeah, Horizon is apparently going hard. Just so,
I mean, like, why would you not at this point, right? I mean,
interesting. I don't know. Like for Animoca, yeah, if they're not doing anything with it, I guess sell. But yeah, sure, I can see the other side where it's like you don't. The other side that was not on purpose, but you can see the other side where that feels a little odd because they're partners in all of this. Like that feels a little odd. That would be kind of like, but almost like a Yuga Labs team member selling something. I don't know. I don't know.
Kind of strange. I'd like to see them participate. I don't know. I'm sure their Mochaverse people could, reap some benefits. And
for sure. That's the thing is like, tell me you couldn't get like a bunch of the Mochaverse people that are super active to be like, hey, we want, we're looking for people that want to farm and we'll give you some of the fragments. Like that could be really cool. Like they have all these awesome assets. Like why not like do an application? Like that'd be super dope to get the Mochaverse, get a couple people in there that want to spend some time, whatever it may be, get a little team and give them some fragments. And maybe you give them a deed or so after they've worked. I don't know. Like they have such a vibrant and like, I would say super active community that seems like a freaking home run. Like that feels like just such a good idea. Maybe we should. Sure. Yeah. J-Dunk. Come on, J-Dunk. Throw this in the discussion. Mochaverse. Let them at them. Let's go. Work for frags. Yes.
100%.
Oh,
Just gonna throw this out there. We briefly talked about this a little bit ago, but this I have lived on this dashboard, LOTM dashboard under analytics. This fragments countdown, super freaking useful. You know, you got to see exactly like the estimated time that you would have until that fragment was obliterated off the face of the other side. This tab came in a little bit later. The shattered tab, super cool. You could like sort by damage per hour. You could see like all of the people that were like, you know, crushing it and kind of falling into place. If there was like a little glitch that happened where some of the shattered had an incorrect amount of HP displayed, and thus sometimes were like super extremely fast, like some of these right in here. I think this guy abp.eth, this person here, had a really high or really quick time, but one of their deeds was bugged, so they weren't going to be able to actually finish in the top ranks, and so they kind of tapped out. But yeah, super helpful to like kind of dig through the different tiers. You could be like, yo, I'm like on a tier 3. I want to see how I'm doing.
Oh, look at that guy in third. What a guy.
Who the heck is that?
What a guy. And fifth.
Tier 5.
Oh,
God, baby. Oh, baby. It's down here, but it's third still.
What a guy.
Rank. We'll just sort by rank. Why not? The other real cool thing too, we'll use somebody else's name other than my own. You could go into this and you could like search by your wallet. So if we're looking at Geared Apes, we can see that they crushed it 2nd and 5th on tier 5, 4th and 6th on 4. You know, and then you could just go through and you'd be like, cool, this is how I performed on all my different tiers. If you have a bunch of deeds and all that kind of stuff, then of course, you know, Apecoin tab.
Apecoin.
We're spending the ape coins. That is for sure. And this is only season 1, baby. I mean, this is also mixed in with some speeding up of vessel hatching. So there's that.
Very true, very true.
Then you've got this one as well. You can like put your deed number in and it'll tell you what you got placed on the deed. Currently, I've got nothing on my deed, but I've completed fighting these guys and blah, 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 blah. And then leaderboard, kind of some other general stuff. This was Goliath kills overall. So the top person that did just shitloads of damage.
What the hell?
Killed 936 Goliaths.
God damn.
Literally.
Surprised in 5th.
Dude, no. Are you surprised? The dude is a freaking fragment tycoon. Like,
you know, that makes sense. Yeah, he was busy farming over hunting.
It ain't much, but it's honest work. You know what I'm saying? Like, screw the shatter. We'll get him next time.
Question for you. Who did get all the number 1 spots?
Who got all the number 1 spots? So we have Deer Hunters.
Okay.
On the tier.
They utilized a very sneaky tactic, which I didn't discover until the very end. Deer Hunters here. We have Agora as well in 2nd place on that one. So Deer Hunters got first in tier 1 and tier 5 first place.
Okay.
I don't know what happened here. Was this an actual? Like, because I saw this deed and like I think it's legit, but I wasn't really sure.
Interesting.
No, it's Agora.
Agora
on tier 3.
Yeah.
Code of Society. Okay. General Gordon.
General Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people that I've actually like know and heard of, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out to those. Shout out to first place, man. You freaking grinded that thing out. And dude, our own freaking raving ape coming in 3rd place, baby.
The weird thing though, here, we'll look at it from this perspective because this is a little more interesting. Y'all can see this tab, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at this time gap, bro. Like, okay, this one, not so much. Oh, wait, this is weird. This is out of place. Something fucked up here. They got 5 kills.
Yeah,
what?
Bro, what?
Dude,
anyways, we'll just assume that the Agora wallet got that one. But okay, the thing that I wanted to point out, you start going to tier 3 and it's like first place 10 hours,
holy
second place 3 days 3 hours.
Like what the?
So it's just one of those things where it's like, man, the competition is thick and juicy, but like there's either like your foot is fully on the gas, or it's like hovering and like tapping the gas pedal a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way to like I don't know, this gap here just seems so freaking large.
It is,
and
dude.
The cost to get to this time is like insane. I think someone said it costs like 6, 7, 8 ETH to get first place on
that
on
is
tier
absurd.
4.
That's absurd.
Again, look at this. 2
And
days
they didn't even have to go that
versus
hard since second place was
2
3
days
days.
to 7 days, dude.
Wild.
What?
I mean, yeah, I'm not shy about it. 1 day, 15 hours.
Wow.
7 days, 10 hours. I'm like, yes, I got it done in a week.
That's just crazy though.
They got it done in a day. Rome was built in a fucking day on tier 5 by tier 5.
Literally. Wow.
Crazy.
Yow freaking zers. Well, gentlemen, we're at the top of the hour. What else do we want to hit before we call it a wrap? This has been an awesome breakdown. Again, shout out once again to Frosty's and the whole Other Side Wiki team. We do love the freaking data, baby. Will or Bryce, any other thoughts or comments on the week or things you're looking forward to?
Dude, I'm ready to see Evo 3 for heavy metals.
Dude.
All right, because surely that's
Evo 2 first, my guy.
Oh yeah, because technically we're just in the journey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do that before we go to take them into Legends of Tomorrow? That would be fucking cool because that would mean a lot's happening in the next like week or so. A guy can.
I guess we'll be able to
wanna-
use them in LOTM, but then they'll be, we'll have the other aspect.
I'm just very curious where heavy metal is headed, to be honest with you. Interesting. PM, what is good, brother?
No.
Hi, PM. I have a question for you.
Yeah, if you
How
just want to
do
take a
I
couple
get
days
a
off.
Raven
Mega Coda
Ape number 1?
delegated to me from the Yuga wallet?
Yes.
Please and thank you. We were talking about that earlier. I don't know if you were around, but we see that Horizon is doing a whole bunch of farming and slaying of the shattered.
Mm.
When Yuga gonna hop in the ring a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
They got to let us eat first before they just come in and destroy it.
Speaking
Dude,
of renting,
Yuga's
we've
just
had this
playing
conversation. I don't know. Did we talk about this on here though? With renting, I was kind of thinking like, it would be interesting as rewards if Yuga minted their codas and then gave rental periods as rewards. So then they could be like, hey, if you got first place, then you get to rent this mega coda for all of next season.
Or the whole season.
That would be actually wild.
That would be fun.
That would be wild. I like
or
it.
do it to second and third place. Oh, get them next time.
Yeah, right. Or just random places in there. Like if you get 26th place.
I love that idea. That's fun. But nonetheless, it's been fun exploring. It's been fun watching you two jokers really kill it, Mr. Will.
No, not more advantage. That's why you give it to second and third, so that they have to chase down first.
Oh, so
it would be a great way to spend more Apecoin. Come on, this is a good idea. This is a great idea. You get second or third, you get some extra firepower for next season, and then you get to go chase down the people that gotten first. So y'all really have to fight it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no matter what they do, that would feel, it's just interesting. Like you could do, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's top 100, you get a chance, but your percentage is low. It's like the NBA lottery system. You still get but it's in the reverse, I guess. So like if you're 100, you have a very, very small chance of your ping pong ball being pulled to be able to rent the mega coda. Maybe you only have one ping pong ball, but first place has like 100. I'm liking this idea. So you still have a shot. It's just super slim. Yeah. It's interesting. Rents its assets and uses the 8 from renting as prizes. Man, we are just freaking cooking over here. Alchemy. We're just freaking.
PM, hope you're taking notes, man. we got them cooking tonight.
We are cooking on board TV. PM, we love PM. Such an awesome Yuga Labs freaking community manager and Other Side Maxi, and just a dope human. Met him in the flesh in Miami, and just a super cool dude. Gentlemen, this has been an awesome conversation. We gave everybody a lot of information, and it's been super fun. So, Bryce, I'm going to give you a last word, Will, a last word, and we're going to freaking call it a night.
Last word. Glad that PM's always listening.
Yes, sir.
bullish.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, super excited just for this next week. You know, I feel like last week was a little slow wrapping up the end, but then hopefully we'll have a lot of good information to digest over this next week.
We are 100% super stoked because it does feel like the next week or two are going to be electric, Mr. Will.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking about is taking a break. Definitely suggest touching some grass this week since we have literally nothing to do. No heavy metal.
That's true.
No heavy metal rolling into, continued LOTM stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to be
Brother, you got Portal Coin to farm.
No, dude. Oh, dude. You know what? Now that you
No,
mentioned,
please don't.
real quick, I was gonna say like, yo, man, freaking retweet this with Portal Coin. We can maybe sauce up some giveaway. No, but we're doing a giveaway though. Or we're not doing a giveaway, but we're hosting the giveaway. Are we not? I saw that tweet.
Yes, we are. There'll be some more information potentially tonight. Even we're gonna do potentially a stream, potentially a space, some sort of combination, and you will have a chance. You still do actually. If you go to Bojangles, if you don't know Bojangles, I guess I can grab his.
It's not from us though.
No, it is not.
We are.
It is absolutely not from us.
Providing some coverage.
But let me pull up his Twitter just really quick in case if you don't follow him, you should. So here we go. If you haven't yet, check out our good friend, Mr. Bojangles, a dope community member, a Meebit Maxi, a freaking mutant ape, freaking Dow dude. You can go down here. He's got his shoe that he acquired, the amazing freaking bathing ape and bored ape shoes. And by the way, PM, if you didn't hear earlier, this code is freaking awesome. But you have a chance to get an entry. Unlimited entries. It's 10 ape or 0.0075 ETH per entry, the size 10. And this is 1 out of 1,000 pairs, and you're going to be picking live on X. And it's actually not going to be, it's December 2nd, I think is the Saturday. This is early. He had tweeted this, but then we talked. I was like, hey, dude, let's freaking collab. He actually came to us. He said, hey, would you guys want to, help me do this? At least announce it. And we're going to talk some Apecoin down. We're going to talk some Yuga Labs. We're going to do it all. So if you want to check out his pin tweet, again, it's bojangleguy.eth or at bojangleguy. You can get an entry for these shoes. And he said there's not that many. I don't remember where that is, and I don't want to keep scrolling through his stream, but it seems like you have pretty decent freaking odds. So not financial advice, but if you're into the shoes, why not give it a rip and pay attention to the timeline? We'll be announcing more information either tonight or tomorrow. I'm glad you said that because there's so much going on actually in this slow week that I had forgotten.
Well, and I was going to really briefly mention, it was amazing how quickly we glossed over that you just dropped all that news that you were selling your majority share in Yuga Labs, leaving this is your last stream at Board TV, and you're running for president of Apecoin. I mean, like
president. None of that is true. Still
the Mark Cuban, bro. You got it.
Yeah, no kidding. Mark, dude, that's a whole nother story. No, I'm not leaving Board TV, but if you want to ask me about Apecoin DAO, my DMs are open. I'm just excited to be more involved. I'm already super involved, but I want to be more. Anywho, Will, besides that lunacy that you just said, what else you got?
I was actually just thinking, I was talking about touching grass, but I'm definitely not touching grass next week. I've got like ideas cooking. So
oh shit. We're building.
We're going to be executing on some cooked ideas.
We love it. Again, man, we appreciate everybody that came through. If you haven't yet, hit us with a like and a subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on X if you haven't yet. I mean, if you haven't yet, like, what you doing? Follow us, DM us. If you want to come on the show at some point and you want to just shoot the shit with us, DM any of us. We'll talk to you. We've got an easy access that you can come on the show and have fun with us and talk Yuga Labs, because we love Yuga Labs first and foremost because of the community. All of you guys that sit around, hang with us, give us awesome commentary, all the people building. It is honestly all about the community, and Yuga Labs has curated that, and the Yuga Labs team is top tier. We love them, and the community is also top tier. So with that, yo, it's Will, it's Bryce, it's Phil. We out. Stay bored.
That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I hit record. before the drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, finished friends on my face, looking like I'm from the D.